Welcome to a guide to new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday the 7th of August and we have 3 new mods today. The first of the mods is directly in front of us and you probably saw it already on the thumbnail. This is the HJM Special Low Loader TLS39. This is by HJ-Maschinenbau. This is a nice looking mod with some nice features. It does say in the Modhub it's designed for forestry, but other vehicles can obviously be put on it. It really has got a lot of nice features and a lot of nice details on this. Like the footsteps, or the steps, getting up onto the section here, wooden blocks on the top there and underneath the trailer when it's in its resting position. The side ramps here, you've got the handles on to lift them and move them out of the way. Steering on the rear axles. The detailing is really nice. It's a really nice looking mod. Cool, I like it. So I've brought over this just to put it on. We'll have a look at some of the features. One thing I will say, a lot of the low loaders we get are fairly narrow, which is normal for low loaders. It does say it's for forestry equipment. I know some of the new mods by North Modding Company and Evgen Zaitsev have got quite wide tracks on them, and some of those don't go onto low loaders particularly well, so you're going to have to kind of pick and choose of the options of low loaders which ones are going to work best for those types of vehicles. But let's get straight on with it. Let's back on and hook up so the blocks go up and get put on the front. Unhook it and go back down again, like that. Now we've got these tension straps on the rear ramps. Beacon I'll turn off. Obviously the beacon is sticking upright at the moment as well. If I press to put the ramps down, the tension straps get taken off one at a time and put to one side, then the ramps come down and the beacon is actually attached to the bar the ramps are on, so the beacon then moves out the way. Nice feature. Now we have also got, if I get this right, is it L1? And up and down the stick? No. R1 and up and down. We can raise and lower that rear suspension, so we can get a little bit more height for slightly higher terrain, going over speed bumps and things like that. That's a nice feature. And what we can do once the vehicle's on there is we can move that. So I'll do it from this side. Those ramps. Actually, if I open the help menu, it says open cover, ramps up. If I do L1 and open cover, it puts those other ramps out of the way. So once you've got a vehicle on there, you stow the ramps, they go up the front on those blocks as well, and it sits there without those on. I like that. Again, simple little things, small details, but it does make a big difference. Put those back. So I say having this set up like this does mean you can put any vehicle on there you want, drive up over the top, on you go, and having this central bar here does also help with, because you can't strap vehicles down on 19 on console, you do have a kind of lock-in script as such, but it does prevent you, when you go around corners, things from sliding off to the side, which can often happen, because if they do slide slightly they're going to hit that central bar. Which is quite helpful. Now, it does have tie downs, but I don't think there are straps on it. I haven't come across them. So, to be fair, even the tree harvester, it fits on, don't get me wrong, it goes on no problem. But it is a fairly narrow loader. We're on over the top. Up to there, turn the engine off. Then if I put those 2 ramps away, they go under the vehicle and get put back down the front there, like so. Ramps up. Straps go on one at a time. Really nice animation. I like the way it kind of looks like it's been stretched out onto it. Beacon on. And away we go. I say rear steering axle, Does make turning in slightly tighter spaces a little bit easier. Nice mod that. There you go. So that's the HAM Special Low Loader TLS39 by HJ-Maschinenbau. Oh, actually, before I forget, I suppose what we should do is have a look at install, shouldn't we? Completely missed that bit off. Right, low loaders. It's 53,890. It's not cheap. It's only 3 slots though, which is pretty good. And options available, we can change the main colour, which is obviously the main body of it. Let's go with, I don't know, orange for example. Then we've got rim colour. We've got a polished metal on the rear wheels, like so, or the chromed, which I quite like as well. And then you've got other different options of colours, whichever you want to go for, but those are the ones that give you the kind of more metallic looking ones. And then we can change our design colour, which is actually the front section here up where the blocks get put. So we'll change the design colour to, let's go with something that stands out a bit more. Just go with blue. Changes that top section. So you can kind of mix and match or have it all the same, however you want to do it. So with a few adjustments like that, we're up to 54,590, which isn't horrendous. Not bad at all. There we go. Glad I remembered to actually look at install. That's helpful. Next up, we have got... This is the Lizard Fork. Now this is a Lizard Fork set, really, I guess. This is by BGamer003 or 003. There is actually, if you go onto the Modhub on the Farming Simulator website, there's a little video that's been put up kind of this anyway. So in this pack, we've got 3 options available. This is a really nice, tidy, detailed mod. You can even see the spring, the pin clips, then little clips. I know there's various different words for them. It's a 3-point link attacher. It's not a front loader tool or anything like that. You will find these under, I had a bit of a search around, they're under baling technology. Because I thought about, I was looking in front loaders and all over the place and they weren't there. So if you go to baling technology, or you can go to the manufacturer thing and go to Lizard, it's entirely up to you. Scroll across and we have the Lizard Fork. The first one of these is only 4 slots, but we do have 3 options available. I'll show you the options first. We've got the bale one now, so obviously the roll bar, round bar for picking up round bales. We've got a pallet option, which is pallet forks. And those pallet forks stay that width apart. I thought maybe you could adjust them wider or narrower, but I couldn't find a way of doing that. They stay at that width. And then you've got the fork option for just spearing bales, however you want to do it. We can change the design colour. Actually, it might be better showing that on the pallets. There you go. Design colour to any of those options available there, for example blue if you want to do that, and the main colour we can change to, well, you want to go for a grey or you want to go for whatever combination you want to go for. So there's a bit of customization available, and even with both of those things done, it only takes up to 550, so quite cheap, pretty handy to have. So we've got the spike one there, we've got the metal round bar there for picking up round bales, and then we've got the pallet fork option here. So what we'll do, just hook it up. Like so. Now we do have some options available for adjustment here. You can just lower the fork. So if I press L1 and circle, it will just lower it down automatically in whatever position it's in, which is actually quite handy, or raise it up. But if we want to, if I do L1, I have got control of my right stick. I can tilt, or I can raise and lower myself if I want to give you a bit more adjustment. This will go on the front or the rear. I think you have a little bit more movement if you put it on the rear. But what I'll do is lower it down. And like I say, you've got to be... I think this might have gone underneath actually, but... Raise that up, and if you tilt a bit, it's going to stop it flying off those forks when you're going somewhere. But yes, nice mod. It's always nice, I say on every single mod review I do, to have options, to have choices. It's a really nice looking mod, well made, and does exactly what it should do. Very cool indeed. Which takes me on to the last of our mods for today, which is this behind me. This is the Garage with Workshop Trigger. This is by BaluFSH. It's quite a big workshop, I'll be honest with you. Textures are nice. Lots of detail on there. The concrete slabs with chips and cracks and bits and bobs. There's a lot of other additional detail added onto this mod as well. It's got quite a high slot. I say it's quite high, fairly high slot count of 29. But it might be another one of those things where you've used other workshop triggers. You don't want to use the toolbox. You just want to go for something different. You might decide to go for this. Around the back of it, we have got some detailing with kind of ivy or climbing plants of some description, windows across the back, and this pipe work around the back, so it just adds another element to it. The doors at the front all open and there's more detail inside. I think this is probably why the slot counts at 29, because there is a lot of detail on this mod and in this mod. 4 sets of doors that open, and inside we've got quite a bit of detail. Now, I missed the trigger on the sheep fold yesterday. I have scoured around this and I can't find one. There are lights above. I'm assuming they're automatic. I honestly have been around this building so many times, so I didn't want to miss it on this review. Can't find it. But there's all sorts of stuff piled up, and ladders and tyres and racking and all sorts. So you can see why. There's a lot of detail on here. Kind of adds an element of immersion to it. As far as the actual workshop trigger itself goes, you don't actually have to go inside the building to use it. So if you've got bigger vehicles, obviously they won't fit in there. I think you just have to go really to the side, just about there. Click on the trigger, and there you go. You can customise, repair, sell, whatever you want to do from that point. Just there. If you come right over next to this trigger, it doesn't come up. I think you have to be over kind of towards the door itself. But there you go. Price wise, it is under miscellaneous. It's 21,000 to buy, and let's say 29 slots. It says 2 there because I've already got one in there, and then placing it as soon as you get the green trigger come up, you can place it down. It's a fair size. It's quite a big one, but each their own. Everyone's looking for something different in mods and what they might want to use. I am really racking my brains now trying to think. I definitely can't see a light switch. So anyway, that's the third of our mods for today, the Garage with Workshop Trigger by BaluFSH. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.